My amplified unit, salute. Whether you know it or not, this is actually a glorious day, man. This is a cause for celebration, and this is a wake-up call for Vince. Sometimes, guys, you have to hit rock bottom. Everything seems like the world just fell onto you. Seems like the world comes crashing down on you, but sometimes when you hit rock bottom, it's actually best for you. Jeff Hardy, for instance, that's why I say prison is best for him, not rehab. Sometimes you just have to literally go away from the world for a minute to truly find yourself. I think that's the last-ditch effort for Jeff Hardy. For Vince McMahon, he needed a wake-up call. He needed to hit rock bottom because this company was going to shit. He was starting to treat human beings, his talent, employees like shit, acting like he was God, putting his fucking little wrinkly penis in any pussy imaginable, abusing his power. This is what Vince has been doing for years. He needed a wake-up call. Sometimes rock bottom is even a celebration for the person that is hitting rock bottom, because the hope is that he comes out better. So this is a celebration for fans that have stuck with this company, this product, professional wrestling, especially for the last 10 years when millions of people took off. There was a lot of people like BC every Monday night. When we started Monday Night Raw, we weren't excited. It was no longer that show that got us to the edge of our seat, that made us feel something. We started watching Monday Night Raw and even SmackDown out of habit and hope. Habit, because it's what we've done since we were little kids, and hoping that it gets better. And every Monday night, we're disappointed. Friday nights are barely any better. Recently, just as bad. But we kept going, man, because we know what pro wrestling can be, should be. We know that WWE should be a lot more better than it is, and we kept waiting for that fucking day. Guys, today might have been the start of that day. Vince McMahon has stepped down as CEO from World Wrestling Entertainment. This news just literally broke to the world maybe an hour ago. And there was no way. This is not going to be a long stream. Don't worry. This isn't going to be a 2 hour, 1 hour and a half, not even an hour. At least I would hope not. This is not going to be a long stream. I had to go live and celebrate with you guys. It's a dawning of a new day. However, McMahon will still be in place. Stephanie McMahon, and that's why I tell you this was all orchestrated. When Stephanie left about a month ago, maybe less, maybe a few weeks, something didn't seem right. They knew that this snowball was taking shape and it was becoming a boulder. They knew. They already had their chess pieces thought out in advance. Stephanie was always to take a leave of absence. What? This happened to my father? I must come back. No, it's bullshit. This is exactly what was planned. She took off. Now she's going to be the one that didn't know what was happening. I had no idea that my father was in trouble. I'm coming back to save the day. So Stephanie is going to come back and replace Vince and Kennedy McMahon until the investigation is over, is what they're saying. But we all know that this is being done because Vince knows what they're going to find. I told you in yesterday's stream, man, this is before Vince stepped down. I told you in last night's stream, this is a world of shit that Vince has found himself in. I told you in yesterday's stream that this is the first major crack in WWE that cannot be fixed. You can't super glue that shit. You can't staple it. You can't tape it. You can't stitch it up. You can't weld this thing together. This crack cannot be fixed. And once you put a major crack into any foundation that can't be fixed, it's going to start crumbling down over time. And soon WWE was going to crumble down if a major change was not set in place. I told you guys in just last night's vid, here we are not even 12 hours later, and Vince McMahon steps down. I told you that was a major crack when this investigation started. To pay $3 million in hush money to one paralegal, one WWE employee that Vince McMahon couldn't keep his fucking penis in his pants. So he takes his wrinkly shit out and he tries to play with this paralegal, and he played with fire. Sometimes human beings are their own worst enemy. Sometimes they're a blaze waiting to happen. You just got to hand them the match and watch them go ablaze. Vince McMahon was a forest fire waiting to be ignited. Somebody just had to give him a match. This paralegal was just one of many. We come to find out in the initial reports, there's more females that came forward and got hush money. So how much hush money did Vince McMahon give? Of the board's money, the shareholders, the stock. Once you're a publicly traded company, you're no longer a private sector. So Vince McMahon is playing with other people's money. Vince McMahon is playing with other people's lives. If it's $3 million for one female, we heard that more females came forward. How many millions of dollars was paid in hush money days after or before the cuts? Because that's in the reports when the Bray Wyatts were getting released, or the Mickey Jameses, or the Ember Moons, or the Karrion Crosses, or the Keith Lees. So they were all getting released for budget cuts. And why was there budget cuts when Vince McMahon was announcing record revenue? There was budget cuts because I bet you Vince McMahon paid up to $10 million to keep females quiet because he fucked around with them behind his wife's back. Even if they were separated, he's fucking around playing God and abusing his power in his own company. So if he paid up to $10 million, yeah, budget cuts. Because the board is going to ask, where did $10 million go? The talent is not sufficing for $10 million, so Vince McMahon made budget cuts. He got that money back, didn't he? It's insane to think about how this all started, man, and it was Vince McMahon who lit his own match. He was always a ticking time bomb. He was always somebody walking around that just needed to be let that fuse go and watch him ignite and watch WWE crumble down. But we didn't want to see WWE die per se. We love WWE. We love pro wrestling. We just wanted to see a better product. Vince McMahon was too busy with the bottom dollar, half anyway, all about the bottom dollar, the bottom penny that he can suck in out of everybody no matter which way he does it. And you say it's a ruthless businessman. No, bro, there's ways to go about it. There's still ways to treat human beings, the people that broke their backs for you. There's ways to go about it, dude. There's ways to do it and not come across as an absolute douche just because you're trying to suck every penny out of every orifice imaginable. And then the other side of what Vince McMahon was doing with his day was just trying to fuck around with paralegals and WWE female talent or staffers or employees, because it sure as hell wasn't creative. Vince didn't give a fuck about us or the product that he was dishing out. He cared about sucking every penny out so he could pay hush money to the people, the girls, the ladies, the women that he was fucking around with. So now Vince is going to step down from CEO, and he's going to fully be on board with creative. Now, this could be a really good thing or a really bad thing. Good because finally Vince McMahon is focused on the one thing that he used to love in the 80s, the fucking creative. Vince McMahon actually came out with some good shit, some really good shit in the 80s and even 90s. Until he started going public, until he went public and he started sucking every penny out until he no longer gave a fuck. We were peanuts to him. Vince used to be really fucking good at this creative shit. So he's going all in now with it. This is his sole role, is creative. So we're either going to see the product get better or we're going to find out what a lot of us already originally thought. He's lost it creatively. He no longer has it, so even when he tries to put out a good show, it's going to suck. We're going to find out quickly. We're going to find out as quickly as Monday night. Tonight's show was kind of already fucking crossed out by Vince. He's supposed to speak tonight. Vince McMahon is speaking tonight on SmackDown, guys. Talk about a ratings pop. I'm guessing he's going to be in character and try to allude to why he's taking this time off. But we're going to find out quickly, man, if Vince McMahon has any creative juice left in him. Because that's going to be his new role until the investigation is over. And I bet you then, when the investigation comes out with even more females and all this more hush money, and Vince McMahon is going to be booted from this fucking board, I bet you he's not even going to be in that role, guys. This is as interim as it is. This is the beginning of the end for Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And I say it's glorious in a bittersweet way. Bittersweet because I grew up only knowing Vince McMahon as the head of WWE. He was the reason why I love WWE. It was his juggernaut. He took what his father had and he made it an entertainment juggernaut to where this kid, when my parents were fighting with each other 17 times a day, screaming, throwing shit at each other, beating the fuck out of one another, this kid could be in front of that TV every Saturday. Edge of my seat, glued to it. When I was a teenager, going through my own stupidity and making one bad decision after another, the one night that I wasn't going to be making trouble was Monday nights because I had to be in front of that TV. That's what WWE and pro wrestling did to BC and for me. That's what that company means to me. And I only knew Vince McMahon as the head, so this is going to be different. But I told you guys for a few years now, I've had this channel for roughly 5 years, maybe a little bit more. I told you that this was going bad. The company was no longer must-see TV. The company was feeling like we were just there, like zombie status every Monday night. Like after 2 minutes, you're questioning how you're going to get through 3 hours of this fucking show. That's not how we should be watching Monday Night Raw. For those around during the Attitude Era, you know what I'm talking about. We shouldn't be watching this in a zombieic state. We shouldn't be watching it like The Walking Dead. But that's how we started watching WWE for years. And I said, I can't believe this is coming from my mouth, but I have to say that Vince McMahon has to go. Vince McMahon has to go. I can't believe that I'm on board with that. I can't picture anybody else even owning WWE. Forget Stephanie taking over for the time being. I'm talking about just owning it. Could you imagine Disney owning WWE? Or Comcast Universal Peacock, which I believe if that happened, it would be The Rock and Nick Khan. But who knows if Nick Khan is going to be one of the people dragged through the mud during this investigation. I believe one day The Rock is going to own WWE, and that's going to be a glorious fucking day. But anybody else, I can't picture it. Discovery Time, Warner Media, even Warner Media, I can't picture owning WWE. Definitely not Disney. Nothing to do with Discovery. I can't picture it. NBC Universal on their own, I can't picture it. Vince McMahon is all I can possibly think of as the owner, as the CEO. And it doesn't matter even what BC, if I can picture it or not. As of this morning, Vince McMahon has officially stepped down. The official statement comes out as this. This is an official statement from Stamford, Connecticut. WWE and the board of directors today announced that a special committee of the board is conducting the investigation into the alleged misconduct of Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, head of talent relations, and that is effective immediately. McMahon has voluntarily stepped back and down from his responsibilities as CEO and chairman of the board of World Wrestling Entertainment until the conclusion of the investigation. McMahon will retain his role and responsibilities related to WWE's creative content during this period and remains committed to cooperating with the review underway. The special committee has appointed Stephanie McMahon to serve as interim CEO and interim chairwoman. I have pledged my complete, this is from Vince McMahon, I have pledged my complete cooperation to the investigation by the special committee, and I will do everything possible to support the investigation. I have also pledged to accept the findings and the outcome of the investigation, whatever they are. This is Vince McMahon telling you he knows what they're going to find. That's the reason he stepped down. That's admitting the fucking guilt. He's stepping down because he knows what they're going to find, and he says, no matter what they do find, I will cooperate. I will accept the findings. He is willing to literally lose it all because he has no other choice. Vince McMahon goes on to say, and I quote, I love this company and am committed to working with the independent directors to strengthen our culture and our company. After he's done fucking all of the females he think he can persuade and that he think he can get one over on and abuse his power with, now he's all of a sudden all about the culture of WWE. Good one, Vince. He goes on to say, it is extremely important to me that we have a safe and collaborative workplace. It starts with keeping it in your pants, Vince, but we'll keep going. I have committed to doing everything in my power to help the special committee complete its work, including marshaling the cooperation of the entire company. He's marshaling the cooperation of the entire company to assist in the completion of the investigation and to implement its findings, said McMahon. Now, this goes with the report that, what time is it now? East Coast time. What do we got? 11:22. So in just a couple of hours, Vince is calling a company-wide meeting with his talent. And this is going to be, I can't wait to hear the reports from this meeting. And then tonight, Vince is going to address us, probably in character, live on SmackDown. But he is going to talk to his whole company. Now, don't be so sure that a lot of people, when you talk to them, aren't going to fucking step forward and say you didn't smack their ass or rub your fucking penis on their thighs. Who knows what you're doing in your office? Austin Theory might come out of nowhere and say you fucking touched a little more than his biceps. You guys have seen the way that Vince McMahon stares at Austin Theory. It's creepy. Austin Theory in those segments was always like, dude, is this done? Can we wrap this? I got to get out of this office. Poor Austin Theory, man. Vince is back there with a box of Kleenex this week after fucking, what was that, a pose down? A pose down with Bobby Lashley. Vince is back there with a fucking sock watching Austin Theory all oiled up and shit. Vince has always been a creepy dude. The older he got, it got even worse, guys. I'm not kicking a dude when he's down or throwing shade. The dude's always been a creepy old bastard, even when he's 45. Now all of a sudden he cares about company culture. Now all of a sudden he wants a safe work environment. Now he's going to address the whole roster and try to marshal them to the betterment of WWE. Everyone needs to cooperate. Well, don't think that's going to be a bed of roses for you, Vince. The statement ends saying the WWE and its board of directors takes all allegations of misconduct very seriously. The independent directors of the board engaged independent legal counsel. So this is independent legal counsel, not for WWE. So we're going to get to the bottom of this shit. We're going to see how many in millions of hush money did Vince pay. We're going to see how many times Vince McMahon fucked up, either behind Linda McMahon's back or when they were separated, and how many times he abused his power. Independent legal counsel is being brought in to assist them with an independent review. In addition, the special committee in WWE will work with an independent third party to conduct a comprehensive review of the company's compliance program, human resources function, and overall culture. What? Bro, Vince is done. Finito. I don't even see how he keeps his creative position 2 weeks from now. They're bringing in another third-party contracted independent team to do a comprehensive review of the compliance program, which Vince McMahon breaks every day. We know that. A human resources function, which Vince McMahon has never given a fuck about, and an overall culture assessment in WWE. It's horrendous. Vince McMahon, I told you last night in that stream, this was a crack. I was wrong. This is a fucking massive hole in WWE that cannot be filled. Bro, it's a day of reckoning for all the wrongs that Vince McMahon has ever done. For all the people that Vince McMahon has done wrong to. They're waking up with a nice hot coffee this morning, or maybe they're busting out the bubbly, and they're giving one hell of a salute. You never want to kick somebody when they're down or throw shade when somebody has hit rock bottom. But Vince McMahon has done so many people wrong and has been such a fucking asshole in the way that he conducts his business. When you fire over 150 people, including employees, 150 during a pandemic, and then you turn around the same day and you announce record revenue, you're a fucking douche. You may not like AEW and Tony Khan, by the way, but I got to give props. This is a new company that Tony Khan admits to this day are not turning a profit. Tony Khan will tell you he's not turning a profit yet. AEW is losing money. This guy tried his best, and I believe he succeeded the last 2 years, which, mind you, was the first years of his company. He did not lay people off, fire them, release them. So you can bash Tony Khan. BC always, I question a lot of Tony's creative at times. But dude, this shows you Mark Cuban, the NBA owner, I believe it's the Mavericks. He told you what he was doing during the pandemic. He was making sure that his employees were taken care of. What do you need? He wasn't firing people, even though there was no games. He was saying, what do you need? Tony Khan was like, we're going to keep doing business. We're going to keep losing money, but you're all going to have food on your table. Vince McMahon's over here getting record revenue, and he's like, gotta fire all of you. That's mind-boggling. And now we know why. It's because he lost millions of dollars in hush money. Hush money. He had a side gig going. He had side chicks. He had fucking side pussy on the side over there waiting for him every time he came back from a meeting saying, how many people are we going to release? I don't care about the fucking product. Just have the same rematches on Monday. The fans won't care, and those that do will still be back next Monday. And then he'd go to his little fucking see who he can hit on, right? Who he can try to fucking fondle. And he's paying millions of dollars afterwards to shut him up. And now the board is bringing in not just a separate legal team to conduct its findings. They're bringing in a team, a separate third-party team, to go over the overall culture, company function, and compliance program. Oh, this is more than a can of worms, bro. This is more than a crack in the foundation. This is a hole, and you can't fill this. Vince McMahon is in a whirl of shit. Stephanie McMahon... WWE directors and officers under investigation for fiduciary duties breach. A new report published by Business Wire. The report states, this is a new report coming out, guys, live. Scott & Scott Attorneys at Law is investigating whether certain directors in World Wrestling Entertainment breached their fiduciary financials duties to WWE and its shareholders. The law firm is now investigating whether top members of WWE and senior management failed to manage WWE in an acceptable manner in breach of their fiduciary duties to WWE, and whether WWE and its shareholders have suffered damages as a result. I have goosebumps. We are watching the demise of WWE in front of our very eyes, and we're live to do it. I literally I just got goosebumps right now, man. I just got chills. This is insane. This was a crack, and now the company is crumbling down live before our eyes, man. A new investigation with top this just came out today. So there's going to be one after another until this company is in ashes. No names have been specifically mentioned. It is more damning evidence against the company, this report says, as they're trying to save face for Vince right now after paying millions of dollars in hush money. This comes hours after Vince McMahon has stepped down from CEO, and now all of his top directors and officers for World Wrestling Entertainment are now being investigated. This is everybody. This is absolutely everybody, guys. Wow, it's no longer Vince McMahon in a world of shit. It's all of WWE right now. Wow, this is coming in live, man. Stephanie McMahon has made a statement. Stephanie McMahon has said, and I quote, this is just a few hours ago, until the conclusion of the investigation into recent allegations, I am honored to assume the role of interim chairwoman and CEO. I love WWE and all it continues to do to entertain billions around the world. This is sounding like everybody that's saying their goodbyes soon. Even the way Stephanie just said that, I love WWE and all that it continues to do to entertain billions. This sounds like everybody knows that this is their final days in those positions. and they're just going to try to cling on to some part of the company. Maybe they can remain. I don't think that's going to be on the board, but maybe they can retain some type of financial gain till the end, because I don't think even Vince is going to be able to sell this motherfucker right now. I mean, see, he's no longer CEO, man. Wow. Just less than a month ago, Stephanie McMahon said, as of tomorrow, I am taking a leave of absence from the majority of my responsibilities at WWE. WWE is a lifelong legacy for me, and I look forward to returning to the company that I love after taking this time off to focus on my family. Bro, she left her position, and then just a few weeks later comes back in an even more stressful position? No, this was by design. Vince McMahon knew ahead of time that he was crumbling. Shit was about to hit the fan, and WWE was about to go under, or at least suffer a knockout blow. Stephanie was used as the scapegoat. You take off. We're going to make it look like you had nothing to do with this. You had no knowledge of this. You were away. And then we're going to have you come back. In just a few weeks, she stepped away from a much less stressful role for family issues, and she comes back in a higher role? Nah, bro. This was absolutely planned in advance. Again, Vince McMahon, his quote this morning when he stepped down, Vince McMahon says, and I quote, I have pledged my complete cooperation to the investigation by the committee, and I will do everything possible to support the committee in the investigation. I have pledged to accept the findings and the outcome of the investigation. This sounds like a guy who knows he's done. He's done. He knows exactly what they're going to find. I mean, this is all coming fucking rapid fire, man. And now there's a new investigation, as I just read to you guys. Now onto Vince McMahon's top directors and head honchos. Now they're being investigated. Tonight's SmackDown is listing Vince McMahon, guys. Literally on their website, on their promotional, it now says... the original plan has been scrapped, the main poster. It now says, for tonight's SmackDown, the big poster on their site, Mr. McMahon will appear on SmackDown tonight. I expect him, just based on what they're saying, Mr. McMahon, he's going to be in character, and he's probably going to issue some type of reason why he's going away. Or does he just say in a pre-tape, maybe it's like a 2-minute pre-tape at the beginning of the show where he's just backstage and he talks about how he fucked up. You know, they did some real life shit like this back in the steroid trial. If you guys were around back in the day, Vince McMahon was in this big legal battle, steroid trial. And he was talking in front of the camera on his shows a lot about it. And there's been times where Vince McMahon has brought reality in front of the camera. It'll be interesting to see what type of McMahon we see tonight. But he is going to address us. And he doesn't give a shit about us anyway. So, I mean, nothing is going to be sincere from this dude. Guys, I mean, this is mind-boggling. I got goosebumps when I just read the report. I mean, this was live when I was about to read Stephanie. This was just 2 minutes ago. I was about to read Stephanie's statement, and a new report popped up that now Vince McMahon's top execs are now being... now there's an investigation into all of Vince McMahon's top guys. A salute unit, man. I know this is an impromptu live stream, man. I just gave you guys 10 minutes of notice, literally. So I want to thank the hundreds that are live in the morning. In the fucking morning with 10 minutes of notice. But I want to actually take it to you guys, if you don't mind, man. I know some VIP super chats came in. I want to see what you guys are saying about this. Before I read any more breaking news that's about to come probably within the next 10 minutes. But I want to take it over to my supers if I can get them up. Give me 1 second. I think we started off, man. This may have been before I even went live. Derek Fleming Jr. $4.99. Derek Fleming, what's up, my man? BC, a position opened up. Are you interested? Hope this is the catalyst for real change. We can only pray the product gets better over time. Derek Fleming, I'm not interested in that shit. Right now, the company is crumbling. So right now, all we can do, even if you're a diehard WWE fan, you want to see Vince in charge, you don't want to see it crumble. You think the product has been A-okay the whole time. There's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter anymore. Now we have to sit back and let let reality unfold, let destiny happen, man. Now what has to happen is WWE is crumbling down to its very foundation, and it's going to be left in its ashes. Can it be rebuilt? Now we're going to have to see. But this is going to be a complete restructuring internally. In the end, it's kind of odd, right? Vince McMahon ended up sabotaging himself and his own top directors. When it was all said and done, he sabotaged everybody else over the course of 30, 40, 50 years. In the end, he ended up sabotaging himself. So I don't want that job because I don't want any job in WWE right now because it's going to crumble down to the foundation, and then we'll see what's left in its ashes, in its wake. But Derek Fleming Jr., man, we can only pray that the product gets better over time. Now's the time. This is the opportunity, right? I mean, you hate to be excited when something really bad is happening to somebody, but first of all, let's not act like Vince McMahon didn't abuse his power and wasn't a fucking asshole for decades. Let's not act like this isn't going to be better for the fans and the company if Vince is pushed to the side. Let's not act that way. So Derek Fleming Jr., absolutely, man. And Unique Butterfly is up in here early on this morning, man, with a 5-spot. Says, hey, BC, I'm at work. Hope you're crushing it, Unique Butterfly. I will be sure to catch this stream later, though. And you are right. This may be headed in the right direction. That's what I'm saying, guys. Even though this may sound like it's all fucking just doomsday, and it is if your name is Vince McMahon and all of his top execs, because there's several investigations right now we're just finding out live. But for fans, for people that love the company, for the board, for the shareholders, for the stock team, everybody, this could be a beautiful day because it could be the beginning of the change that has been needed for 10 years plus. So to that, I salute Unique Butterfly. Unique Butterfly also has another 5-spot. Says it will be interesting to see what VKM will say on tonight's SmackDown. I can't believe he has the audacity to speak on this on a show. Vince McMahon will absolutely make this into a little bit of a fucking story segment. He'll laugh it off because that's the fucking dick that he is. It's all for the show. I mean, this is the same dude when Owen Hart fell many feet from high above in that harness accident. This is the same dude that said, you know, once he gets out of the ring, the show must go on. And once they received word that, unfortunately, his life, he had passed, Vince still said, show must go on. This is the same guy, man. This is the same guy that let go of over 150 human beings during a pandemic, and the same day said we recorded record revenue. This is the same guy that cheated on his wife probably dozens and dozens of times, took his fucking penis into other pussy, and then paid them millions of dollars to shut him up. This is the same fucking guy. You expect him to come out tonight and be sincere? Not going to happen. But Unique Butterfly, it is going to be more than interesting to see what he says tonight. It's probably going to pop a rating. I wouldn't doubt if SmackDown pulls a 2-3, 2-4 when we find out Sunday or Monday morning. Mr. Anything for Salinas, 10 spot. Good to see Mr. Anything up in here. I don't get to see it too much up in the chat. So on 10 minutes notice, early in the morning, it's good to see Mr. Anything. I just have to say, just because Vince McMahon stepped down, it's not going to fix all of WWE's problems. It'll be a change for sure, but it's not going to fix all the problems. It's a step in the right direction. Now, Mr. Anything, absolutely true. However, while we were live just about 5, maybe 10 minutes ago-ish, a new report just came out. All of Vince's top execs, his big directors, his head honchos, there's a different investigation going on with them. I just read it about 5 to 10 minutes ago. So, Mr. Anything, you're right. This is all steps in the right direction. But now, there are major steps. I mean, at this point, we are fucking hopping. Like fucking hopscotch. We're hopping in the right direction. By the end of the day, Mr. Anything, this could be a sprint in the right direction. But let's take those baby steps. This isn't, I can't even say that. This is a massive step. This is the biggest step. Vince McMahon, for right now, and I don't see him coming back once the investigation is concluded, because Vince knows what they're going to find. Vince McMahon, as of this morning, is out of World Wrestling Entertainment CEO position. He can claim he's going to put all his juices into the creative department, which that would be a blessing. At least somebody is focusing on it now, because it's never been Vince. Not since the 80s and 90s when he was actually good at creative. But I think this dude is done, and I think this is the beginning of the fucking end of the WWE as we know it. Mr. Anything for Salinas, thank you. And Also, Enforcer 2K9 with a 2-spot says, but didn't Stephanie step away herself though? Question mark. Yes, that's what I mean. Enforcer 2K9, they had their WWE knew that this was about to break publicly. So Vince McMahon and his legal team had all the chess pieces in play. They removed Stephanie based on family matters just a few weeks ago. She just, snap of your fingers, expecto petroleum. You wave your magic wand and Stephanie McMahon is all of a sudden kapoof, out of her position with no rhyme or reason. Nothing led to this, we thought. There was no clues, no indication she was unhappy or there was something big happening. Now we know why. Just a few weeks later, she comes back in an even more stressful role, the CEO position. This was all by design, Enforcer 2K9. Stephanie was just the first puzzle piece. She was just a pawn in Vince McMahon's game. Trev Reigns, the tribal god, 10 spy. I'm glad that Trev Reigns is up in here. I know you weren't able to catch the live stream last night, Trev, but BC told you this is a world of shit for Vince McMahon. Even BC did not know how right I was so quickly. But Trev Reigns, the tribal god, says it's a new day. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Good riddance to Vince McMahon. But however, Stephanie McMahon won't make the product itself even better temporarily until her dad comes back. Now, it is a new day, no doubt. Stephanie McMahon is going to be treating this going forward much different. She knows they're under a keenful, watchful eye. So I'm really hoping that now is the time that the show takes center stage. This is the time where Vince McMahon and Stephanie and everybody can try to trick the audience. By giving us good television finally after 10 years, maybe we'll forget about what's happening IRL. Maybe we get better television finally. Everybody's fucking out with injury or just doesn't want to wrestle. Roman Reigns only wrestles twice a month now, tops. Actually, he's seen twice. Maybe he wrestles once a month. He's beyond Brock Lesnar's schedule. Cody Rhodes is injured. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton's injured. Big E's still fucking out. Who do you have left? Bobby Lashley, I guess, and they haven't booked him to be a top fucking face. So it's going to take a lot more than even just good booking at this point. You got to rectify the wrongs you already fucking implemented over 10 years. Trev Reigns, I don't know, dude. This is just the beginning of what needed to be done for 10 years. There needed to be change. Vince McMahon, I never even had a problem with the dude other than the million things on my list that he fucked up. Aside from the million different fucking listings, I never had a problem with the dude. This needed to happen. This isn't a personal vendetta. This needed to happen. He needed to be removed. Ronda Zonda with a 1 spot. I appreciate it. World of Wrestling 5 spot. Man, Vince is like herpes. What will it take to have him removed from creative? Christ. I know, man. Now people are like, all right, we got him down from CEO. Now we just have to remove him from creative. Now we just have, but I don't know how hands-on he's going to be, man. I really think he's going to step the fuck back for a solid, until this investigation is done. So we might not even have Vince in creative, even though they're saying that. But just him in this fucking role, maybe he will finally realize what he's been putting on TV for 10 years. Could you imagine if Vince McMahon on day one of creative finally goes, wow, this is shit. This was not good shit. No, it wasn't, Vince. We've been trying to tell you that for 10 fucking years. You're too busy trying to put your fucking penis inside pussy. You're too fucking busy trying to release everybody to give them, to make enough money to have hush millions and millions of dollars of hush money. You're too busy trying to suck every fucking dime you can for that shit. And no attention was paid to your product. Maybe this is the fucking rude awakening for Vince himself. World of Wrestling. Christopher Blackshear, $4.99. Christopher. This is what VCam gets for playing in that WAP. By talking about a wet ass pussy. Who the fuck talking about the wet ass pussy? Everybody wants that wet ass pussy. Vince McMahon dwelled in that wet ass pussy. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Lots of coffee this morning. BC's all over the place. Who was that? Christopher? Christopher, it's funny you bring up the WAP. I literally just heard that song in its entirety yesterday for some... Don't ask why. But damn, BC has seen it all, man. BC has seen it all right, over fucking decades. But the lyrics in that song, I was like, fuck, I'm feeling some type of way. I don't know who sings that song, but that WAP song was fucking crazy, bro. You thought you seen it all growing up in the 80s and the 90s, and then you hear that song and you're like, damn. This fucking, today's youth, bro. Anyway, what am I talking about? This is what VCam gets for playing in that WAP with his peacock. He's now being humbled and realizing he's not God. It's long overdue. Christopher, yeah, you play around with fire for too long, right? This is the classic example. If you play around with fire for too long, eventually you're going to get burned. Christopher Blackshear, no doubt. Enforcer 2K9, 5-spot. And since John Laurinaitis was named in reports, shouldn't he step down too? He's probably going to be fucked over, Enforcer. Not just step down. This dude is going to be crumbling down. I don't think it stops at John Laurinaitis. We just heard that there's a new report saying that there's other financial deeds that were going on. Financial mishaps that were going on underneath the board's noses and fucking with everybody's money. And now this new separate litigation is going to call out all of them. This is a ripple down effect. And I believe the company, whatever is left from this after this investigation, is going to be left in shambles. Whatever is left of WWE is going to be left in fucking ashes. Whatever is rebuilt in placement remains to be seen. But it does not stop at John Laurinaitis, Enforcer 2K9. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. Script was whipped up for tonight per usual. That's every week, though. But yeah, it definitely was once they had to fit Vince McMahon into the show. He might just speak for a couple minutes in a backstage segment. Who knows? I mean, does this dude have the fucking wrinkly balls to show up in the middle of the ring? I mean, that would take some balls after what we're finding out, man. It wasn't just one lady, the paralegal, who he gave $3 million to. We're hearing more females came out in this report or they found, maybe they didn't even care to expose Vince. They don't give a fuck. But they were founded in this report that more millions of dollars were giving to them. So in the end, how many millions of dollars did Vince give all of these? How much? This is fucking insane, bro. This is the type of shit where Vince stepped down voluntarily because he knew he was going to be booted involuntarily. Derek Fleming Jr., yeah, that tonight's show has been totally fucked up, ripped up, crossed out, put through the paper shredder probably 7 times. And it's not just Vince's segment. Probably the whole show is now going to be readjusted and reformatted. Melvin Benton, 2-spot. Melvin, I appreciate it, man. Mr. Black Ice 22, 5-spot. Bring back WWF. Ever since it's WWE, all of this crazy shit happened. Stuff happened. Between the Benoit shit, now this. Oh, it's about to be a lot of stuff coming out. No doubt, Mr. Black Ice. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I was live and we just got the latest report of Vince's top execs and directors now getting fucked over in a new report. Not fucked over, getting what they deserve if they did fuck over the board and fuck over millions of dollars. But now Vince's whole fucking top staff is now under an investigation for something totally different simultaneously. Mr. Black Ice 22, I don't think they'll ever get the F back in, though, because World Wildlife Fund owns that fully. But yeah, ever since it went to WWE, man, it was never the same. I don't know if that's ironic or once it went to WWE, Vince just stopped giving a fuck. Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, another 5-spot. Vince McMahon screwed Vince McMahon. How ironic is that shit? Right? How many people has he screwed over the years? And when it was all said and done, it was Vince that screwed Vince. Daniel Orton, 199. Tony Khan should buy WWE after this is done. Normally, I would laugh that off and go, yeah, never going to happen. In wrestling, I've learned 2 things, though. Never say never. And number 2, literally anything can happen. I never thought Vince McMahon would buy WCW. Never. There was a time where WCW was the hottest wrestling company in the world, making boatloads of money. crushing WWE. In fact, even Vince admitted they almost went out of business. And not too long after, Vince is holding WCW in his hands, as he called it. Daniel Oren, I can't say Tony Khan would never own WWE because in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if Tony Khan ever owned WWE, I'd be like, why did I question that? Stupid Stars Music. Stupid Stars Music $4.99. The top tag team in the company all along is Vince and Laurinaitis running through some side pieces. VKM gave Johnny Ace the hot tag for his time, pal. Stupid Stars Music says that all along Vince and Laurinaitis were the top tag team. And the jobbers were all of the fucking side bitches that they were fucking and abusing their power over. All the side pussy, man. Every fucking night after Monday Night Raw, Vince and Laurinaitis would be in a dark match. Oh, that's good shit, Stupid Stars Music. Prime Killer, 2-spot. Will Vince go in an exploding limo again on SmackDown? That's the way he should go out, bro. That's the way he should go out, right? Remember the exploding limo scene and with DX? And it was supposed to be a big storyline, the demise of Vince McMahon. But I believe, guys, that was right around the time where the Chris Benoit shit happened. So Chris Benoit, well, we all know what happened there. And then I believe they had to get rid of or just drop the Vince McMahon exploding limousine storyline. So I believe that was the Benoit shit. You guys can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But I believe the Vince McMahon limo storyline was dropped because of the Benoit shit. So now's the time. If you really want to be in character, Vince, let's bring you out the right way. Right? Implosion. Emerge. Prime Killer. That's a good one. Emerge, 5-spot. Planned in advance or in advance, BC. Yeah, merge. The Stephanie McMahon, all the puzzle pieces were put in play way before it went public because Vince McMahon knew he was in a world of shit. Stephanie went away for 3 weeks, comes back in an even higher role. That was by design. As you said, this is not planned in advance. This is planned in advance. I like that merge. What are you guys throwing up the bombs in the fire bangers for? Did somebody just drop a banger? Troy Gates. Bro, I haven't seen you up on the channel in a minute. Hold on, let me get this super up, man. Troy Gates. If I am correct, the SoundCloud, a.k.a., correct? Hold on 1 second, guys. We just got a Hungy banger by Troy Gates, a.k.a. the SoundCloud. Celebration Day. Hey, BC and Amp Unit, still watching your channel, but had 3 deaths in the family, and I needed to reset and get away, but now I'm back and ready to rock. Several things up front, Troy Gates. Much love, dude. Sorry to hear about the losses, man. Stay strong. Always remember they're always with you, and that's more reason to stay amplified and whoop the world's ass until you see them again. So that's my advice for you, dude. So stay strong. Troy Gates, man, sorry to hear that. Salute, because it is Celebration Day. You never like to kick somebody when they're down. You don't like to hear that the world is falling down on somebody, ever. But somebody like Vince McMahon that never gave a fuck about anybody else in these situations, sometimes you have to pay the Pied Piper. So yes, for fans especially, and for a lot of that talent, this, Troy Gates, absolutely is Celebration Day. So let me give a proper salute. I hope you're feeling the love in the chat, by the way, Troy Gates. I don't know if you're still in the chat. I don't know when that banger was sent. That 100 spot. So I don't know if you're still in the chat, but I hope you're feeling all the love in the chat, Troy Gates, because it's coming wildfire, man. Thank you guys for showing that love for Troy Gates, man. That's a lot of coffee pods for BC. This thing will stay amped. But Troy Gates, man, this is not the first time Troy has sent over a fucking 100 spot. Again, guys, that's never needed, but it's always appreciated. But never needed. It's just basically tipping your performer. It's never needed. But Troy Gates goes above and beyond, man. It's absolutely Celebration Day because you've been watching this channel for a long time, Troy. Vince McMahon had to go. That pains me to say that. I don't get joy by saying that. I get zero joy because Vince McMahon at the top of WWE is all I ever knew. I fell in love with WWE when Vince was the top guy. I wanted to see WWE get back on its feet behind Vince. But it became painfully obvious for years now. It was not going to get back on its feet with Vince McMahon at the helm. So, Troy Gates, no doubt, man. And you being back and ready to rock, dude. You ain't got to catch every stream or every vid. It's just always good to see you come back every now and again, at least, to say what's up, man. And you don't even got to drop punji bangies, man. That's fucking badass. Again, another salute. But all I ask from any of you guys, man, is just come in and drop that smash. Don't just press it. Amplify, elbow that like button. You never have to give a dime. I don't need it. I'm going to have a lot of coffee anyway. But if you guys can just smash the up, that helps the algorithm. Because the tube thinks I'm too controversial because I cover everything and I don't hold back and I say a lot of F-bombs and I talk about maybe not the best of shit about top companies. So the tube doesn't like me. So if you guys help the algorithm, I can stay around for a little bit longer. Hey, how you doing? So Troy Gates, that's all I ever asked, man. But thank you for that banger, bro. Absolute fucking awesome just to see you back up in the chat. Troy Gates, one of my tried and trues, and I believe, a.k.a. SoundCloud. Much love and appreciation, man. Thank you, guys. I had to take a little time out there, man, because I saw the fire going up, all the bombs, all the banger fire. That usually means that we had a hungy come in, man. What a fucking morning. You guys are just as amped as BC. You guys know that you don't want to kick somebody when they're down. Maybe a part of you feels bad for Vince a little that all this is happening. Maybe. But guys, this needed to happen for us. Don't the fans deserve something once in a while? Don't we deserve something good? We deserve a better product. We invested all our time, so much money we have given to Vince, and he treats us like shit with horrendous programming every Monday night, and Friday nights barely, if any, better. We deserve this, bro. We deserve this shit. And you know what? I have no problem doing this right now, man. It's sad to do. His office is no longer that way, or which way you're seeing it. Vince is no longer the top guy, at least for now. And when the findings come in, he knows what they're going to find. So this isn't interim. He ain't coming back. I don't see how the board would let him back. Vince McMahon is done. And you know what? I don't have any shame in that. This dude is done, and I take great pleasure in doing this. Vince, thank you for everything you've started for us and have done for us. And for the past 10 years, you can fuck yourself. Because you, Vince, you went into business for yourself. So you, Vince McMahon, can go fuck yourself. Stop trying to fuck your employees and abusing your power. You can go fuck yourself. You, Vince McMahon, are done. You are fired. Vince McMahon is done. You can no longer find that fucking office. And you're damn right. I'm glad I just did that live. You're done. This morning is the beginning of something new, guys. I've had this channel for 5 years. I have preached. I have fucking bitched, moaned, complained. People say I'm so negative. I just yell and I just want to complain and I have a shtick. All I ever wanted was a better fucking product, bro. Listen to my reviews. I just want a better product. Today, maybe we can start that process because today, something major happened. The old bastard in Stamford, Connecticut just lost his office. And yeah, as Troy Gates says, that's a reason to celebrate, guys. That is absolute reason to celebrate. Don't worry about Vince. He's going to be just fine. He's destroyed people for decades. It's about time that he pays a little bit of that same price. World of Wrestling 2-spot. God turned face. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, God gave us threw us a bone today. God threw us a bone. He's like, all right, I'm feeling good today. I'm going to take away Vince for you. So, World of Wrestling, no doubt. Quincy Gray, 5-Spot Coffee, says, what if they find dirt on Stephanie McMahon or Triple H? That's what they're probably going to, guys. These are good. We just heard, I was live maybe a half an hour ago, 20 minutes ago, whatever it was. I was live. I already did the Vince McMahon quote. I was about to read Stephanie's, and a new report just surfaced that Vince McMahon's head of directors, with an S, multiple of Vince McMahon's head guys, are now being investigated on a separate investigation by a separate team due to finances. They were fucking the board over, the shareholders. I mean, this is going to open up so many other side investigations. If you've ever done anything, it's coming out now, bro. That's what I mean about change. It's a coming because WWE is about to be shattered to its very foundation, to the core. And I just hope that it can be rebuilt. Quincy Gray, good to see you up in here. The fourth one with a 5-Spot Coffee says, remember what I said in yesterday's stream about shit hitting the fan? CBC, it didn't take long at all. When they want you, they'll come for you. Vince is down bad. Yeah, fourth one. I remember that super, bro. And I told you the same thing. Shit beyond hit the fan. I told you, fourth one, that is a crack in the company that can't be filled. You ain't super gluing that shit. You ain't going to mold that shit back together. This is a crack that you're going to have to try to work around for the rest of WWE's existence. BC didn't even know that this fast, that crack was going to turn into an absolute hole, a gaping hole. And now we have to figure out, can WWE's structure be held in place with this giant hole? Or will that structure finally give way and crumble completely? I mean, this opens up so many fucking questions, man. I mean, BC's got fucking so many things that I'm just thinking about. But fourth one, I remember, dude, we were all on the same page in last night's stream. Millennium Man 2010, 5-Spot Coffee, Millennium Man 2010. Hey, BC, do you see Sasha showing up backstage to see what unfolds? I know, right? Imagine if she came back just with her popcorn just to see everything transpire. Sasha Naomi, front row, with a fucking thing of pop. How funny would that be if Sasha and Naomi were front row, bro? Vince is so petty he would have them removed by security. But Millennium Man 2010 says, do you think she shows up backstage to see what unfolds? No, I don't. I think she truly, we talked about it in yesterday's stream, I think she truly wants out of WWE. And now her legal team might have found a loophole. Or is Vince McMahon just willing to let her go more now so he doesn't look like he's keeping females against their will? Because that would be a bad look, Vince. So maybe that's why later today we're going to find out that Sasha Banks has been released by WWE. And then we just got to find out if Sasha has a 90-day clause or not. If there's any diehard AEW or just big AEW fans in the chat or watching this now, if there's any big AEW fans, could you guys imagine Sasha Banks in AEW? Think about that shit. The game would just change at that point, man. It would be a whole different division. It would be a whole fucking different division. In the same time frame, you just got Ember Moon, Athena, one of the best athletes in the world for female wrestlers, and you get Sasha Banks a month or two later? Bro, I think at that point I might have to say AEW has the better women's division. Right? I can't say that now because WWE, I mean, come on, Sasha is still listed in WWE. You got Naomi, the most athletic female. Charlotte, whether you like her or not, she does have good tendencies. She's just bad because she gets in her own way. She doesn't like to sell, and Charlotte Flair is just does not connect with the audience. But when Charlotte wants to be good, Charlotte is actually good. You do have Ronda Rousey, which is the most fucking believable. Liv Morgan is fucking with the most momentum ever. Asuka is just one of the best female wrestlers in the world. You can go down the line. I don't know how you guys feel about Rhea Ripley or Nikki Ash, who we know is a good wrestler with just a shitty gimmick. Bianca Belair is leaps and bounds ahead of her time right now, man. She's just getting this wrestling thing by the show. I mean, the WWE women's roster is just fucking jacked. You just wish they knew what to do with them. But if Sasha goes over there right after Ember Moon, Athena, guys, I mean, those are two pieces that I might have to say, sorry, WWE. AEW women's division is where it's at. You may have to take the title off of Thunder Rosa. I mean, that's just doing nothing for Tony Khan right now. Even Thunder Rosa is not happy. So that's when you know this is not working, man. We have to do something. I don't know. I mean, maybe put it on Tony Storm and see where that takes you. How did I get onto that subject? Oh, yeah, we were talking about Sasha Banks, Millennium Man. So that's my thoughts on that. She'll stay far away from WWE. She just wants to get the fuck out. Quincy Gray with another 5 spot. Quincy says both WWE and AEW is on life support unless change happens. I don't see both companies lasting more than 2 years. WWE, we don't know what type of WWE we're going to have in 2 years, if any. Quincy Gray. As far as TK, I think he definitely will be around. Will he be recording profit at that point? Because even Tony Khan says so far AEW is not profitable. They're losing money by the quarter. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. He's still losing money. And that's to be expected in the first couple of years. You would expect now, you would hope anyway, that he's making money, but he's not yet. I think he will. What's alarming to me is the rating that they just got. They just pulled in a 761,000 viewership. That is down 178,000 from the week previous, and all people can point to is hockey, NHL playoffs, finals, whatever. That's not good when NHL just took 200,000 viewers from you 10 days before a pay-per-view that a lot of people have to do a lot of research about because it's New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they don't know a lot of the wrestlers. This is not good. This rating last night is very alarming, but I hope next week they get, or at least after Forbidden Door, once you have dedicated all this time to your really niche audience, I hope Tony Khan can get AEW back on track after Forbidden Door. Because it is clear with that rating this past Wednesday that this whole Forbidden Door thing is just a real niche audience concept. Because even their diehard fans felt that hockey was more interesting. And this is 10 days before the pay-per-view. And we always said that AEW's niche, their diehards, is between 850 to 950. That's their viewership. How the fuck did they pull a 761? That tells you that even a lot of AEW's diehard fans, they just aren't on board with this Forbidden Door. They feel it's too much homework. Or they're just not interested in it. Maybe it's just not working for a lot of people. But anyway, Quincy Gray, I don't think both companies are going to be out of business, but they're going to be completely different companies 2 years from now. Dante Jaron 23, $4.99. WWE with Stephanie as CEO is going to be interesting. It might take a while, but there could be some serious change with the direction of the company. Now, guys, wouldn't it be funny for people that, because Triple H, can we have a real discussion here? Because there are people that just think that Vince McMahon destroyed everything that Triple H created. And by the way, that's absolutely true. Now, BC never denied that. BC was always telling you guys that Triple H was always on board. He was always the ass kisser. Triple H has a huge schnoz, and that schnoz is always up Vince McMahon's ass. So Triple H is right there. Whatever Vince does, Triple H will be there as long as he's going to collect a paycheck and be in a high power position. That may hurt to hear because I was a huge Triple H fan. Huge. When I would drink some fucking beers as a teenager, I would do the fucking spritzing as if I was Triple H. When I started going to the fucking gym hardcore, I would have Triple H's The Game playing, his theme music. And I would put it on a setting called Arena Effect. So it's like you're fucking in the arena, man. And BC would be pumping fucking 50s for the first time. So I love Triple H. But guys, if you want to have a real conversation, let's not act like Triple H, his whole career, didn't do everything to get a position of power. From cuddling up with William Regal at the start of his career in WCW. William Regal had a lot of power back then in WCW. To trying to suck the dick of Ric Flair, but Ric Flair wouldn't let him in WCW. To WWE. When the second that he had something with Stephanie McMahon in a storyline, he fucking cheated on Chyna. Joni Lauer cheated on Chyna just to fuck the boss's daughter, and then totally did Chyna dirty and said, I no longer want to be with you. And this destroyed Chyna. But Triple H knew this is the boss's daughter. I can get in good here, bro. And then when he got that power, man, he made sure that he was in a faction with Ric Flair and that he was looked at as the guy. He wanted a match with Sting so bad so he could beat him at WrestleMania. Don't act like Triple H didn't dream about that for years, because while he was trying to run WWE in the Attitude Era, Sting was fucking it all up in a good way for WCW. Sting was the man over there. And he wanted to beat Sting in a WWE ring. Triple H always wanted to be that guy, man. He didn't care if he broke out a golden shovel. He didn't care who he ruined in the process. He was always going to get the power. So with the NXT shit, and Vince McMahon taking NXT talent, either releasing them or giving them different names or labeling them Bearcat or just ruining them, which is something he's done for years and years, people wanted to break out the violin for Triple H. Little did they know he was in on the meetings the whole time. Even when he was out with his heart thing, he was privy to it all. So here's what's funny. Here's what's funny though, guys. Think about this. Let's just do this, man. Let's do this. What if this is Triple H's time to say a little fuck you to Vince? Stephanie is now in charge. Now we're going to find out if Stephanie is just the title, but it's still Vince in reality at home telling Stephanie everything to do like a puppet master? Is it, or is Stephanie McMahon actually running this shit? And how funny would it be if Triple H is kind of over Vince now? Could you imagine if Triple H and Steph are telling Vince, no, Vince? Could you imagine? You give Triple H a little bit of power, he'll fucking stomp on you. Don't think that Triple H won't turn around and crush Vince McMahon in an odd series of events. How ironic would that be, bro? If Triple H takes the throne at the top of the company and Vince is alive to have to watch it? What? Because I never disagree that Triple H doesn't have good vision. I know what he did with NXT and what he did as a wrestler. He was a top wrestler, one of the top heels you will ever talk about. If you guys were around during that time, the Cerebral Assassin and what this guy created. From his theme music to his mannerisms to his motions, he could go in the ring. He didn't have to do flips and dives. The sledgehammer, everything he was known for. Triple H was fucking near genius status. But the fact that he kissed so much ass to get there and continues to do it, that's what always put me off to Triple H. But this is the time for him to turn around. This is the time for him to crush Vince McMahon. You can look at your wife and say, sorry. He would have and has done it to me in the past. I just sucked it up because I wanted the paycheck. I don't know what got me on that. Was that Dante Jaron 23? The Stephanie as CEO is going to be interesting. Yeah, so Dante Jaron 23. That's a side note for you, man. That was a long-winded answer because you got me thinking, what if? I mean, Triple H is kind of in more power right now if you think about it. Vince is below his daughter. If Triple H was really screwed over at any time in the last 10 years, we're about to find out. Dante Jaron 23. Alan Christensen, 5 Spot Coffee. What up, BC? What up, Alan? Bret Hart right now as we speak. Vince screwed Vince. Oh, 100%, Alan. Bret Hart, not even former talent, Alan Christensen. A lot of talent that's currently with WWE is probably waking up and their coffee is, it seems like it's extra flavorful this morning. Their Dunkin' hazelnut coffee, their fucking Starbucks vanilla latte, maybe it's their Italian espresso from Lazzazo. Maybe it's Tim Hortons. Maybe it's your mom and pop shop around the corner, but that coffee is tasting, ever more sweeter this morning. Maybe you popped a bottle of bubbly in celebration. But the talent, a lot of the talent is probably smiling right now. Alan Christensen, no doubt, man. Prince, X, Disbo, 5-spot, Prince X. He's supposed to still be making creative decisions, so I doubt it'll be getting that much better. Yeah, that's where he. But either way, Prince, that's a huge change. He's going to be making creative. I doubt that very much. I think he steps away fully, and they're just saying he's going to be involved. I think he steps away until this investigation finally proves what he already knows. He's fucked. So he doesn't want to be around for that. But let's just say he is in this role and actually backstage, not just tonight, because he's going to be addressing us live on SmackDown tonight. But after tonight, if he is going to be backstage in that role permanently until this investigation is over, then that's a good thing. Somebody is paying attention to the creative, and he can finally see how bad it is. Because for years, he didn't care. Or we're going to find out, Prince X, that he literally does not have it anymore. So even when he pays attention to putting on a good show, it's just trash and it sucks. I don't think that. You see glimpses every now and again of a really good segment. That's Vince showing you that when he wants to deflect from something else, he can put together good segments and good shows. It's Vince not wanting to for 10 years, guys. So no matter what, stepping down as CEO, this is massive. But I totally understand Prince X. The next couple of weeks are going to be vital in how this thing is ran. But this is going to shake the entire company to its core. This is the beginning. Once the findings are official, and a lot of these head honchos are out of WWE, which a new report is saying there's separate investigations now with people just in the top form for WWE, for Vince. Just in the top director positions. Top officers is what they're called. They're being investigated in separate fucking litigation. Separate litigation. So when all of these litigations are done, you're talking about all the top guys in WWE done. There's no way we're not going to see change. It's just about how fast. Carlos, man, what a fucking stream, man. 10 minutes of notice. I put I put a 10-minute countdown on to start this stream. I was not planning on going live. There wasn't even going to be a video today. And news just started popping out, and BC had to go live, man. 10 minutes notice. It's good to see one of my tried and trues, Carlos Ray, up in here, man. Can anyone show me a picture of the paralegal? Salu. Yeah, I don't know, Carlos. I don't think so, because that's probably going to be confidential. But the more and more that this takes shape, the paralegal, I don't even know if her name has been sent out. But as this goes on, it's probably going to be much more apparent. But Carlos Ray, I don't know if that even exists. I could just tell you personally, I don't have it. I don't even have her name. We just found out that there's more females in the investigation that were found to have been paid millions of dollars. So, Carlos, I don't know, man. I'm just more interested in how many millions of dollars did Vince pay, bro? How many millions? Enforcer 2K9, 5-spot. Remember that old storyline back in the day when Triple H, on behalf of the board, relieved Vince of his duties? Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. How ironic, right? Sometimes life imitates art and vice versa. This will be Triple H telling Vince McMahon no, like Vince is the toddler, and Triple H and Stephanie are the parents. 6 lenses, 5-spot. 6 lenses says karma indeed from how you treated many talents over the years, and let's not be the let's not see the Jimmy Snuka thing. We know you paid them off to keep quiet. Good job. Yeah, what 6 lenses is talking about is Jimmy Snuka was involved in some shit. I don't want to even get into that. Back in the day, and Vince, on behalf of Jimmy, paid people off, hush money, swipe it underneath the rug. Jimmy Snuka is fine and ready to go. So you guys can research that on your own. But 6 lenses, good research there, dude. And absolutely, karma indeed. When you do that for that many decades, karma is eventually going to come back and fucking boot you in the ass and boot you so hard, he's going to boot you out of your own company that you helped build. Melvin Benton, another 1-spot. Melvin Benton, I appreciate it, man. Troy Gates, again, for that 100 banger, man. I just came across that again, dude. Fucking A. Troy Gates, man, a lot of coffee for BC. It's just good seeing you up in here, man. And Youngblood 085, 5 spot. This with Vince is a classic case of you screw around and you're going to find out. No doubt, brother. I always say, Youngblood 085, if you play with fire too long, you're eventually going to get burned. If you're going to pour down gasoline on one person after another, eventually when you light the match, you yourself will go up in flames. Youngblood 085, no doubt. Quincy Gray, another 5 spot. How ironic this happened the same time Sasha Banks gets released. I bet she tipped off some of the investigators just to get even with Vince and WWE. Well, Quincy Gray, that might not be so much of a stretch because Nia Jax put out a social media post about a month, maybe a couple months ago, or maybe it was when she was released, and she talked about something like that behind the scenes, in like dirty pervs at the top, focusing on that instead of other things. Like Nia Jax alluded to that, and that a lot of people started to think. I think a lot of talent backstage knows a lot of these stories, and they're just too scared to say something because then it'll snowball, and of course they'll lose their job if it goes awry, if it backfires. Right? I mean, that's the whole situation back in the day. Everybody was too scared to say unionize, right? That's Vince's dreaded word. You do not say that or you're fired. Jesse the Body Ventura tried to get some of the boys backstage to form a little bit of a group to try to advocate for a union to protect themselves. Hulk Hogan and others found out and they ratted Jesse Ventura out. And Jesse Ventura was never the same with Vince. So a lot of people blame Hulk Hogan for there never being a union in pro wrestling because the best chance they had was Jesse Ventura and a bunch of the boys. They were actually starting to get a group together. They were starting to get traction, and Vince was up against the ropes. And Hulk Hogan was a little mole in the locker room, I guess. And a few others too, but Hulk Hogan is the most notable. So my point is, Quincy Gray, I wouldn't doubt Sasha Banks knows a lot of fucking stories. And maybe now that's why we're hearing the lawyers have found a loophole and she's going to be released very soon. Maybe Vince is like, fuck, here, you could be released and I'll give you an extra $3 million. Just don't say anything. Quincy Gray. And DB, man. DB's up in here on an early morning, man. Or probably it's afternoon by now. Who knows? We started this in the morning with 10 minutes notice, man. DB says, remember when Tony Storm was saying how everyone is walking on eggshells in WWE? Everyone that left tried to tell us. MJF better rethink about going over there. DB, note, I always talk about, DB, you know this, because DB's been a tried and true for a while, man. I always talk about FTR and Brody Lee and Miro, Rusev, and so many others, right? While they were still with the company, they were voicing their displeasure. They were miserable, and it wasn't just even their booking. It was the climate backstage. How it was just walking on eggshells and just not enjoying even going to work. And then so many people have said that in just current day, man. Tony Storm is just one. Naomi, Sasha. You got to work extra fucking harshly and hardly to or hard. Not hardly. He's working extra hard if you make Sasha Banks unhappy. She was willing to do everything Vince... Sasha Banks, the best female wrestler in the world, or if you don't have her, I would hope she's at least in your top 3. Sasha Banks is immaculate. And she's willing to do everything Vince said. Give the title to Charlotte 17 times. Or no, that would be too generous. Sasha's only held 6 titles, correct? Sasha's only held, I think, 6. 3 of them was just to pass it right back to Charlotte in a 3-month time frame. I think it was like 82 days, some shit. So she's really only a 3 or 4 time champ if you take away those 2 or 3. Because that was just to uptick Charlotte's title reign so she equals her father. Compared to Charlotte's 14. But Sasha Banks played the good role. Okay, I'll do it, Vince. Whatever. Sasha Banks was willing to be relegated to a tag team division. She said, okay, me and Bayley, at least it's one of my best friends. We'll do a tag team. Just promise me, Vince, you'll make a real division and we'll take care of the rest. Vince lied and never even tried for that division and made them look irrelevant. To the point where she had to fucking walk out. She came back. Vince said, okay, we're going to do it again. You're going to be with Naomi. This time we're going to do this the right way. And he lied again. She's willing to go into tag teams when she's the fucking best. She should be having the Roman Reigns treatment, a title for fucking years. Sasha Banks should be the women's champion for the last 5 years. Nobody's even beating her. That's how I book it. But no, Sasha gets no fucking respect. Naomi's the most athletically gifted talent in WWE, probably all of pro wrestling, and she's only had 2 titles in 10 years. Charlotte has been there less years and has 14. 14 for Charlotte, 2 for Naomi. Fuck that and fuck you, Vince. And we're not supposed to celebrate this morning? Come on, bro. Anyway, what got me started on this? Yeah, DB. Everybody's walking on eggshells. There are some people. There's some people that know they have a nice little spot in that company. They might not be the head guy. They might be the middle of the card. Maybe they're just on dark matches for a couple months, but they know they're lifers, right? And so they're okay going to work. They get to play video games backstage, laugh everything off because they don't give a fuck about their booking, bro. Just a paycheck. There's those people in WWE. And then there's people that give a fuck. They give a shit. Anyway, DB. No question. Guys, this was an impromptu stream with 10 minutes of notice in the AM hours. And you guys fucking just rocked it, knocked it out of the park. This isn't even a grand slam. I mean, they're not even finding that fucking ball. You took all the balls at the game and you fucking shattered them out of the park. Now they can't play the game anymore. You guys fucking rock. In fact, wait, we're not even done. Hold on. There was more supers that came in. Daniel Atkins with a 5-spot coffee says, hey, BC, was just wondering what you think this means for the future of the company and if you see WWE's product getting better with Stephanie in charge. Daniel Atkins, this means the world because this is the beginning of change. I don't expect everything to be better tonight or even Monday night. But Rome wasn't built in a day. And what I mean by that is you can't just take something that has been utter garbage for over 10 years now, which has been WWE, and just, snap your finger. Take your fucking, take your wand and do your expecto petroleum and hope that some magic occurs. And because of one incident, the show is now better Monday night. That's not going to happen, Daniel Atkins. I know that, you know that. But it is drastically going to change. I am waiting for the findings to come out. This is just the investigation, and the chips are falling. The company is crumbling during the investigation. Guys, I'm waiting for the findings to come out and everybody is exposed out and done with the company. Then we will get real change. But it began today, Daniel Atkins. And as far as Stephanie McMahon, we're going to find out within the next few weeks. Is she just a puppet and Vince McMahon is still pulling the strings? Or is Stephanie McMahon really going to change this shit? Try to make it fun, compelling? Try to get fans to focus more on the product than what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe Stephanie and Triple H really make some change. This is the first time where they don't have to answer to Vince McMahon technically. Of course, that's still his father, or father-in-law, her father. So you don't think they're going to pull a McMahon card and totally squash them. But McMahon squashed them repeatedly over the years. McMahon has shown you over the years he doesn't give a fuck who he squashes like a cockroach. If I'm Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, I'm going, sorry, Vince, I got to tell you no. I would do it, bro. Because they know, but they got to understand, if Vince ever came back in power, then they're fucked. And I don't know if Triple H has the balls to stand up to Vince. I think Stephanie does, but Stephanie's just as much of a puppet. I don't know. I don't know, man. There's so many questions, Daniel Atkins. I just know that this is massive. This is the ripple effect. That hole in the wall that was caused by this investigation is now spawning other investigations. More people are being called out on it. Vince is stepping down. The company is literally crashing down in front of us in real time. And it's now just about, can they salvage it? Does it get rebuilt? Daniel Atkins, there's more questions than anything, man, but we'll all be watching on. Batty Banks up in here with a 1999. I haven't seen Batty Banks in a minute. 1999. Hey, BC, I wanted to let you know that I hope you're cleaning your coffee filter or you may see some things in your coffee. Always. I have OCD, Batty Banks. So I'm always cleaning up. Batty Banks may have caught last night's stream where I thought my hazelnut coffee had something else in it. But no, I have OCD. I clean it too much. You're only supposed to clean it every a thorough cleaning with the actual packs like every month. I do it every week. I have OCD. In fact, every year, if even, I'm going to actually buy a whole new one. Yeah, so, yeah, I take that shit very serious, Batty Banks, to make sure that I'm fully amplified for you guys. And last night's stream, I wasn't able to drink a lot of coffee, as you guys noticed. I wasn't happy about that. Batty Banks, good advice. Osea Weidman, 1999. I hope, by the way, Batty Banks, I hope Vince McMahon is cleaning his little filter when he's done with his side bitches, man. Because let's not act like we don't, where are they? Where have they been? I tell you, man. You guys heard the report, too, man. I don't know if it's reputable or not, because I was traveling so much. There's reports going around that Vince and Linda McMahon have been separated for possibly years, and they just didn't want to make it public to make Linda McMahon look bad because she's into politics. I have no idea. Batty Banks, thank you. Osea made it. Osea Weidman, one of my tried and trues, 1999. You need to hear some of WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas on YouTube. He gives some interesting takes on how screwed up WWE really is. Yeah, and I love Tony Osea Weidman because a lot of people think he's just like wild. He's just nuts. So you can't take his stories seriously. You got to take him with a grain. But that's the opposite. He is so wild, but he's so truthful. Tony Atlas has no fucking reason to lie. So Osea, I probably haven't even heard some of those stories, but I can absolutely second that. Osea Weidman, I'm glad you caught this stream on such short notice. Always good to see Osea in here. Streamroller 1819 with a 5-spot coffee says, here's to I don't know what right now. Don't know what the hell is happening with WWE, but imagine this is all a work. I will gladly accept Steph as CEO, though. Yeah, I think a lot of people would like to think that it was a work. But no, this is very serious litigation, and Vince and all of them are fucked. Vince McMahon would never have adultery as a storyline. The board, he would never piss the board off to this degree. No, he paid millions of dollars, bro. This is sadly true. But yeah, I'll accept Steph as CEO because at least it's a baby step in the right direction. I just hope she's not a complete puppet for Vince. We're going to find this out. Steamroller 1819. I love how you started that. Here's to I don't know what the fuck right now. Because I don't know what the hell's happened. That was BC when I went live. It was on 10 minutes of notice. And I sat down and I turned, the mic went on, the red light went on. And I had a moment where I'm like, what am I really talking about? This is chaos. Like, I have to go live for at least an hour. Hundreds of people live will catch this. Thousands are going to catch this within a 24-hour period. What am I talking about? And I just started reading shit. As I was reading shit, more investigations popped up. So Steamroller 1819. I don't know what the coffee's for either, but I appreciate it, dude. In fact, let me make sure there's not even more news popping out, guys. Oh, there's a story here. Stephanie McMahon's promotion to WWE CEO is reportedly an optics play. Told that elevating Stephanie to CEO after she just left to focus on family is an optics play to signal Vince McMahon has no intention of stepping down for the long run. Well, I just said that, though. I told you something's funny here. They knew what was happening and it was going to go public. They had Stephanie walk away 3 weeks ago. And they had her come back in this role. This is all optics. This is all a fucking game of charades. But there's no way that Vince steps down if he doesn't know they're most likely going to find an awful lot of tragic shit. A lot of skeletons in his closet. So that's a new report popping up, guys. Damn, man. Hold on. More news, too. 8 of 12 members of the WWE board began the investigation in April. It includes McMahon Laurinaitis, daughter Stephanie McMahon, and son-in-law Paul Levesque. Were granted anonymity from the investigation. Wow, bro. So see what I mean about having her walk away through? She was able to avoid the investigation and somehow Triple H also. And they also believe that Nick Khan was able to relieve himself from the investigation somehow. So Nick Khan is also not under any investigation, at least what we know of. Wow. Wow, that's some shit, man. Mickey James is sending over some love over to Stephanie. Mickey James says, I believe you have trained for this role your whole life. Unfortunate of how you had to take over, but there's no doubt in my mind you're going to do an incredible job. I know how much you love this company and this business. Change is in the air. Congratulations, Stephanie. This is from Mickey James just moments ago. Also, wow, man. All this news is being spit out live, guys. Oh, Tony Khan. Tony Khan is over here. Tony Khan doesn't even probably know what's happening. He doesn't care. He's talking about ratings again. Tony Khan loves the ratings. Tony says, thank you to everyone who watched Dynamite last night. Though cable satellite overall was down. Wow, that's the first time you ever acknowledged that. I honestly got to give props, man. See, that's somebody who acknowledges. You can only get better when you acknowledge. Vince McMahon for years refused to acknowledge his company sucked. And here we are, with his numbers falling down to the 1.5s. Tony Khan says, though cable was down, we remain number one time slot for each hour of Dynamite. The show tied for number one overall Wednesday. We're back with a big Friday. Oh, wow, man. Tony Khan, much love, dude. That's the first time this guy just came out and said, even though we were down, thank you for watching. That's all I ask for. Do you know how many times I'm honest about these shows and I get fanboys and bitch boy Bradens that say I'm such a negative asshole because I'm talking about something that's not good? Tony Khan even fucking just admits it. The guy lost nearly 200,000 viewers in 1 week, 10 days before a pay-per-view. Tony knows that's a bummer. And he says, hey, we got a big rampage, though. Let's try to rebound. It's not that hard, guys. You're a fan, but don't fanboy out. When somebody's talking truth and facts, just fucking hear them out. There's probably a lot of truth in it, and maybe it'll help these promoters. If Vince McMahon listened to us for 10 years, he wouldn't be in this position. We wouldn't be fucking trying to make it through a Monday Night Raw. You guys know damn well a lot of you watch Raw like me, in a fucking comatose state. You're sitting there like a fucking zombie. You're sadly waiting for it to be over. Monday Night Raw is like a chore to get through. That's not how we should be watching this shit, man. Anyway, I don't even know what the fuck brought me over to that, man. I got oats. Maybe it was Steamroller 8. I don't even fucking know, man. I just want to make sure there was no other... I mean, this news is going to be ever breaking throughout the day, man. Before I take off, guys, I want to give a fucking shout out over to Trev Reigns of the Tribal God, another 2-spot. BC, you missed my other 10-spot super. Oh, hold on, Trev. No, I didn't. I think I got it, bro. Trev Reigns, I think I got you, man. But hold on. Oh, I did. Trev Reigns. Oh, I missed a couple, actually, man. Chubless the Bear, too. Chubless with a 2-spot. Happy VKM Day, BC. Celebration. Chubless the Bear. I'll salute to that, Chubless the Bear. And Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, I also missed, man. That was a 10-spot. I've just made a BC slanderer famous on Twitter by calling him out on BS. He was General Gaines. He gave some shade at Sasha Banks. I know this is off topic, but I had to say this. LOL. I'm not a big social media guy, but fuck it up, Trev Reigns, the Tribal God. All right, man. Always stick up for Sasha Banks, man, especially. Not that she needs it, bro. Good shit, Trev Reigns, the Tribal God. Sorry I missed that earlier, man, and I appreciate all the love and support. And backing up BC. And I know Sasha would say the same thing had she known. So, Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, man. I appreciate all of the support, always, all the coffees. Brianna with a 5-spot. Brianna says, I would love to see if Shane can take the ball and run with it. I think he would do an amazing job rebuilding. Salute BC and the AMP fam. Brianna, I second that. I know there's not a bunch of Shane McMahon fans these days. For a while, it just seemed like the bandwagon thing to do, to jump on Shane McMahon, and I don't want to see him anymore. He's taking up too much TV time. That could be for somebody else. To be honest, WWE was so fucking bad for so many years that Shane McMahon was some of the brightest spots for BC. I would love to see Shane McMahon running a pro wrestling company. If not WWE, some type of pro wrestling. Shane McMahon could be really good if given the chance. I know a lot of you guys might disagree. That's fine. I agree with Brianna. I love Shane McMahon, and I honestly believe this dude would be awesome in a type of role of CEO for a wrestling company. JDE, 10 spot. JDE says, this is wishful thinking, but I think Steph should approach Sasha. Either grant her release or give her what she wants, including someone else in charge of her creative booking. I applaud the... By the way, we're almost at 500 on the ups, guys. Let's do that live if you don't mind. I have OCD. I like round numbers. 500 plus as we go to 600 would be awesome. JDE, I have to give you a round of applause. That sounds awesome. That's exact. If Stephanie really wants to extend an olive branch, especially to those disgruntled talents, this would be an awesome way. Sasha, can you please come in? I want to have a meeting with you. Me and you, maybe me, H, and you. I want to talk to you and Naomi and smooth it out, man. I mean, this is, JDE, I didn't even think of that. This is the time to do that. So JDE, I absolutely, I didn't even think of that, but thank you for bringing that up. Absolutely. One of the first things she should do is bring Sasha in. And maybe there's a chance where the best female wrestler in the world doesn't have to fucking leave. Merge with another 5 spot. Life imitating art. VKM hitting the side piece while Linda is AWOL. Much like the Trish storyline. Maybe Linda got tired and quit for real. Merge. Yeah, I said that earlier. Art imitates life and vice versa. You guys remember, like Merge just said, the Trish Stratus storyline, where he was fucking around with Trish in a storyline. Linda McMahon was in a comatose state. Yeah, life imitate. Dude, you know? And yeah, from what we're hearing, Merge, is that Linda and Vince and Linda, they were separated for years or at the very least months, but they just never made it public. So I don't even know the fucking deal behind that. That's drama on another level that I want no part of. But this is something that we all need to know what is going on, man, because this is a huge shakeup in WWE. It's for the interim now, and it's going to lead to even bigger. And Dante Jaron 23 with a $4.99 to end off this stream says, just seen a pic of Cody at the Nightmare Factory. His arm and chest doesn't look that bruised, but he's bandaged with a sling. I saw that photo. Yeah, Cody can't stay away, bro. I bet you Cody is going to be doing some wrestling moves today in that ring. Against authority, against the doctor's wishes. He's going to be throwing some kicks. I hope he doesn't drop any DDTs or crossroads. But you just can't tell Cody not to wrestle, bro. Dante Jaron 23. And I think I got all the supers. If I missed anybody, guys, they just didn't pop up in the main list yet. I will get them. And just like I did in yesterday's stream, 2 streams ago, we had a problem with YouTube globally. Every content creator had a problem with YouTube, and they weren't sending all the supers. So yesterday's stream, last night, I gave a shout out to those I missed. So if I missed any here, I will do the same thing. But I think I got everybody, and I appreciate it. It's never needed, but it's always appreciated. If you want to tip the performer, if you want to tip the entertainer, if you want to tip the podcaster, BC is going to say thank you. But it's never needed, guys. But I think I got everybody, and you guys fucking rocked it out on 10 minutes notice. I just want to let you go. No, man, we had nearly 1,000 fucking people on 10 minutes notice. 1,000 people on 10 minutes notice. We're going to 600 on the ups. Supers were off the fucking wall. I think you guys understand. As much as we don't want to kick somebody when they're down, we don't want to hear bad news on somebody, this is a celebration of sort. This is absolutely a celebration. Much love to all you guys, man. I thank you so much for this stream. This is when the unit is just at their best, on a dime's notice. And I'm sure more news is going to break throughout the day, guys. I don't know if I can go live, but if it's massive, you got to do what you got to do. Maybe I'll be in a fucking, I'll be in a local Target or a fucking Starbucks. BC coming at you live from Starbucks. Who knows, man? If I got to go live again, I'll do it because this is huge. And you guys deserve the very best. So, much love, guys. And, by the way, hold on, please. I'm going to make sure I get you guys on the medium screen here. Oh, Sriracha Boss. I missed a couple more. What the fuck? Guys, I missed a few more. Hold on. I can't go off air yet. Yeah, you guys can take off, man. I got to talk to my unit a little bit more if you don't mind. You guys don't have to stick. That's the news I got for now. I got to talk to a few more, man. I got to give some more shout-outs. Sriracha Boss with a 5 spot. What up, BC? What do you think of Sasha ending Jade's undefeated streak? I'm all for. Oh, I love what Jade Cargill's been doing. Jade Cargill has really come into her own. But Sriracha Boss, I am down. Sasha Banks beating anybody in any promotion is more than believable. And I believe that anybody that Sasha beats, Sriracha Boss, they're going to find victory in defeat. So Jade Cargill's stock will be tenfold just being in the ring with Sasha. So anyway, that's a long-winded answer. But yes, Sriracha Boss, no question. Hold on, I lost the medium screen again. What the fuck? Yeah, Sriracha Boss. Absolutely, I agree. Yes. My answer is yes. Do I think Sasha ending Jade's undefeated streak would be good? You say you're all for it. I'm more than all for it because I know it's going to help Jade Cargill in the process. Marcus Kemp with a 5-spot coffee. Marcus Kemp, I hope you're still in here, man. I missed this earlier. You always said Vince was trying to get up out of Dodge. I guess we now know why. It's sad. Marcus Kemp, I did always say that because I always felt that way, man. I never got a good vibe from Vince. I always knew something was going on behind the scenes with this dude that shouldn't be. And I just always felt like he was going to sell imminently anyway, and he knew that. And it's almost like he started sabotaging himself, fucking other ladies behind Linda's back. He stopped caring about the product for almost 10 years now. He didn't care about us. He firing people. He just stopped caring in so many facets that BC was like, wait, these are red flags, man. So Marcus Kemp, yeah. I didn't want to be right about that shit, but yeah. Ashley Piggott. Ashley with a 5 spot says Kevin Dunn may be getting investigated for insider trading. It's on Dirt Sheets Radio, Facebook, social. Yeah, Ashley, I bet you he's involved in the report that I just said about maybe 45 minutes ago, an hour ago. Live on air, a new report just came out about a separate investigation with Vince's top guys and financial issues, that they were kind of hoarding money underneath the board's noses without them knowing about it. Yeah, I bet you Dunn is involved in this, Ashley. I wouldn't doubt that one fucking bit. Scott McMahon, 20 spots. Scott just got off work, BC. Live chat must have hit the fan. AEW women need better booking. Yes, absolutely on the women's roster for AEW, and Sasha Banks would fucking flip that shit upside down. And yeah, the live chat has been fucking off the hook. I mean, we're just in supers now. Still hundreds are fucking riveting by this news, bro. This is earth-shattering, and I'm not even being dramatic. Earth-shattering in terms of pro wrestling. It's a celebratory day, Scott McMahon. We've been waiting for this day, bro. This is a big, massive fucking news. Vince McMahon voluntarily stepping down as CEO because he knows when the findings actually come out, he's involuntarily going to get booted. Rhonda Zonda, 10 spots, says, hi, BC. I found your channel recently, and I love your no BS commentary. Breach of fiduciary duty is absolute end of WWE as we know it. 20 years as a paralegal taught me that. No, I'm not that paralegal, LOL. Rhonda Zanda, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you found the channel, and I hope I'm entertaining while also knowledgeable for you. I hope to be every time that this red light goes on. So I'm glad you found the channel, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the content. Rhonda Zonda. As far as this new investigation, this is massive. Not only is Vince stepping down and the millions of dollars we're about to find out in hush money, now there's a separate investigation that other top officials for Vince are hoarding money or spending money underneath the board's notice. I mean, this is fucking insane. You could see every top official with Vince all be on their way out within the next month's time. We could have all new leadership. I mean, this is fucking insane, man. Rhonda Zanda, I appreciate that. Oh, man. I can't, that is fucking insane that I even missed those, man. I thought I got everybody. You guys were just off the fucking chain, bro. That's what I mean. When I'm done with this, man, I gotta go back and I'll do the whole list if I did miss guys, but miss any of you guys, man. Wow, there was a lot. Wait, there's actually some more right now, actually. Jimmy Fingers 19 caught the stream. Jimmy Fingers! Can you believe this, bro? We just talked about this last night. 519, I got nothing. Just showing some love. I missed everything. Jimmy Fingers 19, I appreciate it, dude. Shit's hitting the fan, Jimmy Fingers 19, with Mr. McMahon. He's going to be talking tonight on SmackDown. I believe it's going to be in character. I don't think he's got the balls to go out there and be honest. But we'll see. But shit's hitting the fan, Jimmy Fingers 19. You just said recently that you gave up on wrestling because it's just in the shitter. I don't blame you. But Jimmy Fingers 19, don't totally walk away yet because this shit is getting interesting. Lisa Matcher, 2-spot. Ads for Extreme Rules, October 2022. What about the ads, Lisa? You're getting them? Are you getting ads on this channel from Extreme Rules? And isn't that in Philadelphia, by the way? Could somebody... I think Extreme Rules is in Philadelphia, man. I hope they literally bring back Extreme fucking Rules. Oh, Lisa says yes. Okay, yeah, Lisa, I got you. Lisa, I'm glad you caught this, man. I know we only had 10 minutes notice. It's always good seeing you up in here. Lisa confirms that, yes, it's in Philly. I mean, that's fit for Philadelphia, man. It's Extreme Rules, dude. Come on. Let's have a fun Extreme Rules, especially if Vince is not in charge. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. VKM always puts his privates over. The golden shovel gets taken out every time Vince's privates gets taken out is basically what Derek Fleming says. Derek Fleming Jr. The fourth one with a 2-spot. Remember Vince did. Remember what Vince did. He said he was the poison to kill WWE. I'll never forget that promo, fourth one. I think he was talking about, was that the NWO? I think he was talking about the NWO. And he talked about a lethal dose of poison that he's going to inject and destroy what he created, the WWE. I don't even think he had this in mind. But yeah, fourth one. He ever so did that, dude. I don't think he ever believed how honest that was. Alan Christensen with a 5-spot coffee. Alan says VKM releases a megastar like Bray Wyatt so he can pay millions in hush money. Shake my damn head. Alan, exactly. Alan Christensen, that's what he did. Mickey James, Karrion Kross, all of them. Ember Moon, Bearcat Lee. Can't even believe you call him a Bearcat. That's what he did because the report is saying that these affairs were taking on... The hush money was being sent out right around the same time as the releases. So you're going to claim on the same day that you're recording record revenue, you're going to claim you need to do budget cuts? Kind of funny how you had to pay upwards of $10 million to females so they won't say that you took your crinkly penis out and try to penetrate them. Anyway, Alan Christensen, that's the reality of the situation. Jose Velez, 199. I think Jim Ross saw this coming years ago. Jose Velez, I bet you Jim Ross can tell you stories, bro. Can tell us all stories. So, Jose Velez, no doubt, Jim Ross is probably sitting back with a fucking whiskey on the rocks. And he's probably just like, this is the slobber knocker Vince was waiting for. He knew it was coming. You know Jim Ross knew about a lot. And not in a criminal way, man. Not like saying Jim Ross should be investigated. Jim Ross probably saw so much of this fucking shittery from Vince McMahon. Jamal Straken. Jamal with a 499 says, well, I guess Charlie won't have her golden spoon anymore. Hallelujah, says Jamal Straken. Bro, I really, really, really hope that Stephanie is not just a puppet for Vince. I really hope that Stephanie and Triple H, before they go to bed at night even. I mean, it's good to leave the company at home and you know, you have your personal life, you have your kids, your family. But I really hope like they just have creative ideas pop up in their dome piece and they utilize it when they show up to work. I really hope that Stephanie runs this differently. I mean, maybe that is a drastic hope. In fact, I'm going to take it to the chat in a second. I'm going to ask you guys something in a second. Just hang tight for a second while I make sure I got all my supers. I think I got everybody, man. I want to ask you guys something, man. I'm going to put it in the chat. Hopefully this shows up. Oh man, no, that was a poll. I am typing. I put in the fucking chat. It was a poll. Come on, man. Come on, you motherfucker. Believe that shit, man. I typed the whole fucking thing out. All right, do you guys think we will see real change in WWE now that Stephanie is leading the company? Serious question. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings. A lot of people think she's just going to be a puppeteer. I need at least 100 of you guys to participate because that's the only way I can really gauge. If you guys think that that Stephanie is actually going to do right, maybe she is going to call in Sasha Banks and try to rectify. Maybe she is going to try to give disgruntled talent better booking. Maybe she's going to try to give the fans a better product. Maybe Stephanie with Triple H right there, maybe we get better now. Or do you guys think that Stephanie is just going to be on strings and Vince McMahon is going to be the puppeteer? Oh, I have over 100. Thank you guys, man. We're going toward 200. Only 37 of you guys believe that we're going to see real change with Stephanie. 63% of you currently feel that she's just going to be Vince McMahon 2.0 or negative, however you look at it. But she's just going to be a mini Vince. Over 170. We're going toward 200 votes. 3763 seems to be where we're at. I would like to see this hit 200 votes at least so we can really gauge this. And guys, if you haven't yet, man, do me a favor and smash that up, man. Don't just press it. Give it an amplified. Well, don't break your phone or anything. But if you're going to press it, give it a fucking hard amplified press, man. But smash that like so we can get to 600 live. And then we can be on our way to 700 on the ups. So when the algorithm kicks in later, thousands of people are going to be able to find this vid and check it out, man. So I appreciate you guys. 200 plus, and we are staying at 37% saying yes, 63 no. So a lot of you guys are skeptical, and I don't blame you. For 10 fucking years, we've got such a shitty product, and Stephanie was one of the lead people in the company. So a lot of you guys are saying no. Not until we know for sure that Vince is gone. Even creatively, a lot of you guys don't even want to see him there, I bet. Yeah, somebody up in the chat, man. It's going fast. I can't fucking see it, but it says BC, at the end of the day, still a McMahon, not going to change. Much love. Yeah, right back to you, Keo Gaming. That's what I'm saying. I think the poll, that's why I wanted to poll you guys. I think you're seeing the results. People are just still seeing the McMahon name attached, and they're not buying it. So I think a lot of people are going to, I think just the McMahon name, and it's crazy how this came about. This was all planned. They had Stephanie go away 3 weeks ago knowing that this was going to go public, and then she comes back for an even higher, more stressful role. What happened to the family matter? You couldn't be stressed out at work. You had to go take care of the family matter. Now you're coming back to be a CEO? Yeah, this was all done on purpose. This is all like the latest report says. Optics, guys. This has always been about optics. Wow. All right, what a stream, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. On 10 minutes of notice, you didn't just show up. You showed up and we kicked ass, man. And to Jimmy Fingers 19 with another 219, is Katie Vick going to file a complaint next? Well, Jimmy Fingers 19, Katie Vick is going to have to get in line because Austin Theory is going to be filing the report first. Jamal Straken, 199. Perfect time for Shane to return. You ain't kidding. We're going to find out quickly if Stephanie is really in charge or is she just another name with a McMahon attached to it. Her name has McMahon and she's just on strings. And Vince McMahon is still going to be the puppeteer. Because Shane McMahon could drastically help at a time like this. Michelle Haskins, $9.99. Michelle says, my prediction is that WWE will be sold by Christmas to Fox, NBC Universal, or Disney. A new CEO from the outside will be named. Stephanie is just there to ease the transition to a new regime. Well, that's what a lot of us think, too. I mean, once the findings come in and how many of Vince's people are going to be fired, booted, and then a whole new regime. I don't see, guys, this is 3 separate investigations so far that we know of. I don't see any way that a new regime is not going to be infiltrated. And once that new regime is in play, we are looking at a totally different WWE, whether Stephanie McMahon likes it or not. And I always said within the next 2 years, Michelle Haskins, I saw WWE being sold anyway. So I don't see anything out of the realm, Michelle Haskins. I actually agree on a lot of that shit. And I think it will be NBC, Universal, Peacock, Comcast, same company. At the helm will be lead investors, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Nick Khan. That's what I truly believe. Make sure I got everybody, man. If I missed any supers, again, I will get you guys in the next stream. Nearly 300 votes, and you guys are still at 36-64 now. So it's clear you don't even want a McMahon attached to the fucking CEO. And I can't say that I fucking blame you, bro. Over 600 on the ups. We're on our way to 700. So I want to thank each and every one of you. That means a lot. That's going to help because we're about to end the stream. The algorithm is now going to kick in, and thousands of people are going to end up watching this. So you guys are going to show the non-live fans how much we rocked this live stream. So thank you guys so much, man. Christopher Blackshear, HM, J-Rob, Sean X, Merge, Mishans, Lisa, Sharon. Let me give dude, all of my fucking supers in this. With 10 minutes of notice, you guys supported fucking just on fire. Michelle Haskins, Jamal Straken, Jimmy Fingers 19, the fourth one, Jose Velez, Alan Christensen, Derek Fleming Jr., Lisa Matcher, Dante Jaron 23. I got Merge, JDE, Brianna, Trev Reigns of the Tribal God, Steamroller 1819, Osea Weidman, Batty Banks, Daniel Atkins, Quincy Gray, Prime Killa, SOS TDM 617 was in this bitch and I missed it. 5 spot. SOS TDM 617 is a tried and true of the channel. So I've been MIA and this is what I come back to. Vince stepped down. Hopefully it gets better. I miss y'all, man, and pray for my Celtics. LOL. Red team go. SOS TDM. How about those Celtics? Go Knicks. SOM. SOS, SOM, yes, SOM. Whoa, it's been a long stream, man. 2 hours. SOS, TDM 617. Always good to see you in the chat. Even if you got to be MIA, even if you got to take time off, do other things, I understand. Wrestling's been on life support. It's always cool that you come back and say what's up to BC. So SOS, believe this news, bro? That's something to come back to. Thank you. Marcus Kemp, Sriracha Boss. Marcus Kemp, I think twice too was that super, but I did get Marcus Kemp, Ashley Piggott, Scott McMinn, Randa, Zonda, Chubless the Bear, DB. I got Quincy, Youngblood 085, Troy Gates with the banger. Troy Gates with the 100 bot, man. Mic drop. Troy Gates, much love and respect always. Melvin Benton, 6 Lenses, Enforcer 2K9, Carlos Ray, Prince X Dispo. Wow, man. Millennium Man 2010, the fourth one. World of Wrestling. Stupid Stars Music. Daniel Orton. Mr. Black Ice 22. Derek Fleming Jr. I got Christopher Blackshear. Unique Butterfly. Mr. Anything for Salinas. Rachel Rocca. Oh, damn. And all my other supers, if there was even more, man. I think I got everyone. Chilling with Charlie Grin. Eric Newton, if you're up in it, just all my fucking treasure. JR9 Gaming, hopefully you're on the mend. Hopefully you're staying amplified, man. JR9 is one of the right-hand men on the channel. He's always up in the chat giving stats, statistics, always there when I need, when I have a question. So to JR9, he recently came down with the 19. We wish him nothing but the best. JR9 Gaming, much love, dude. Hopefully you're on the mend. Stay amplified. Sir Charles. War Dog. Was War Dog up in here? Gregory R. Gary. Popcorn. Marie Applewhite. And we'll be here another hour if we're going to give fucking daps to everybody. Delilah, Jack, Mystic, Fanta, Hungry, Renee G, Mean Dean, Kaya, Pimp Jesus, Ice Jones, Jacqueline Robinson, Paul German, Thomas the Gazelle, J Rob, Nelly Nell. Fuck, bro. Warwick, you guys came fucking rocking today, dude. NJPW Girl, check you. Malachi Ward. All right. Guys, I'm going to let you go, man. Christopher. Everybody, man. Grumpy. All right, that's it. PC, man. I'm going to get more coffee. Demonte, Lucas. All you guys, man. Lisa Matcher. Stay subscribed and notified, guys, because at any moment we could be dropping more live streams or videos because this is an ever-evolving, massive story. The WWE, as we once knew it, as of this morning, is over. It's done. And I thank you guys. I'm going to end that poll. A lot of you guys see that the McMahon name is still attached as Stephanie is now the leader. But once all of these reports are done, guys, this is going to be a totally different WWE. And this is something that we've needed, not just wanted, needed for the longest of times. Much love and respect. Till next time, think, be, live, amplified. BC, and I'm out. Check you later. Check you guys. Yeah, just print it when it's on the end. No theme out, just a P1. No theme on it. Jamal Straken, 199. Karma is so sweet for the way VCAM treated people. I saw that, Jamal, last second. My assistant Sasha found it. Jamal, I appreciate that. And you're right, Karma will come back and smack you upside the dome piece. Vince McMahon is finding that shit out right the fuck now. Jamal, I appreciate it. All right, now I'm really out. Is that everyone, Sasha? Check you guys. I think that's good, man. X out, no mute.